how do fighter pilots deal with fatigue, especially when flying a single-seat fighter jet like the F-16? Well, there's a number of ways, and the first one I'll say is that you gradually build up a tolerance to pulling G's and to flying longer duration sorties. You don't just jump into it overnight. I flew one time, and in our formation, there was an NFL running back getting an incentive ride in the back seat. We come back in later and landed, and in the locker room at the end, as we're taking off all our gear, he just laid down on the cold tile floor, and he was just wrecked, and he was like, how do you guys do this? And all the pilots, we were like, you just get used to it. We couldn't go do the workout that an NFL running back does, but it's just a different form of fitness, and your body gets used to it. So that's part of it. There's also a lot of preparation that goes into it. So, being hydrated, being in good shape. Most of the fighter pilots I flew with over the years had a pretty good workout routine. For me, I did a lot of triathlons and events like that, as well as getting in the gym a couple days a week, because you have to keep your fitness level up. There's a baseline that you just need to have in order to be able to pull G's, fly longer duration sorties. Now, when I would fly a really long duration sortie, or if you take off not knowing how long your flight's going to be, like for instance, if you're flying a combat air patrol in a combat situation, when I flew those overseas, we would take off with some like Red Bull and stuff that you bring in the cockpit just in case you end up airborne for a couple extra hours that you weren't planning on. And finally, there is a medication route, and that is the United States Air Force does offer prescription medication under certain circumstances for single-seat pilots on long duration missions, like when we're crossing an ocean and we're going to be in the jet for 10 hours, or if you're in a combat situation, various things like that. So there are many different ways that we deal with fatigue and stress, but all of it starts with your preparation at home, going to the gym, going for runs, getting in shape, and being ready for it before you ever get there. That's a great question. If you have more like it, ask it in the comments, and like and follow for more.